Hey, I'm Craig, and today for the Surfboard Guide, we're doing an initial thoughts on the album Twinsman. So a few people would have been pretty psyched on this board. The Twinsman, I think, is a pro model by Pacey, who seems to be everyone's twin fin free surfer at the moment. And I think it has a lot of Josh Kerr in it as well. I think they've both been doing a lot with album, especially since the boards have become available in Australia. And this is a twin fin they've been developing, over the last 12 months or so. So I was lucky enough to get this a little while ago. And it is 5'8", and I think it's roughly around 32.5 litres. So that's about a litre or two more than I normally run a shortboard, which is like 30 and a bit kind of litres. So looking over the Twinsman, it is a kind of performance twin fin outline. Nothing too crazy. Has a nice little hip at the fins that pulls into a nice little swallow. One of the craziest kind of characteristics about it, if you can see up close, it has a fairly flat, thick deck. And then it has what I think you call a chimed rail. So it just it's flat across the deck, and then it drops off quite suddenly. I don't know if you can see it there. And that makes a pretty unique feeling. Especially surfing initially, you have quite a lot of thickness under your foot, and it holds it the whole way to the rail. So it doesn't just pull away like your normal kind of rail drops away to the edge. And 32.5 litres, a little more than I run a shortboard. And that's been kind of good. I think mistake a lot of people make, and myself as well, with twin fins. People assume they're kind of grovelers for crappy and average waves. I think this is actually like a performance, like a good wave board, but it's a twin fin. So, first few surfs, I rode it in some pretty small, very, very marginal conditions. Like, it went okay, paddled well, I had fun, I got across faces, did a turn or two, but it didn't really light me up. And it wasn't until actually I made a bit of a mistake. I went for a surf for an early once, packed the car in the dark. I thought it was going to be pretty small and average. Took this, and it was kind of 3 to 5 foot. For where I live, I'd say it was pumping. Like, it was good, long waves, you could do a few turns, a lot of push in the water. And I surfed this, and I reckon it may have been the best I've ever surfed in my entire life. Big call, but I don't think I've been surfing that well as I've got older, and I had an absolute ball. It was a quick surf before work, probably got a dozen waves, but every wave, the board felt like it could do absolutely no wrong. So I'm keen to check it out in probably some kind of bigger and chunkier conditions. I've got a couple of clips, I'll throw one or two up in this clip before we put forward the actual full review. But yeah, like I said, it goes okay in kind of small and marginal waves. I don't think it's what it's designed for. If you look at like Pacey surf, he's surfing, snapper rocks, noosa, Lennox, nice long point breaks. They don't have to be big. It just needs to be, kind of half decent waves. And I think I definitely noticed that with this and the conditions I surfed. I liked clean water. I'd like to be in like a clean face. Didn't matter if it was sucky or big or small or fat or whatever. Didn't like a lot of shutter and kind of, mess through the face of the wave. That was something I've kind of noticed earlier. Flipping it over, I've been riding the Rasta twin fin. We've checked out the Rasta keel, and now I'm onto the Rasta upright twin. I wasn't sure about this because it actually comes with a stabilizer, a center fin, but it's been actually fine. It's not a huge twin fin, but it seems to have enough hold, and because it's got like a V2 foil on the inside of the fin, it's a pretty fast fin that goes across water pretty quickly. If there's fins you'd like to see in the board, make sure you comment below or hit us up on Instagram at the Surfboard Guide and let us know. I've got the T1s and I've got the ENs, which are pretty, kind of stock Futures twin fins. I'll check them out. I might even try and get my hands, I think there's the IPA twin fins. They've been pretty popular with a lot of people too, so I might check those out as well. But if there's something else you think I should be riding, let us know and we'll try to throw them in the board. So far, pretty frothing on this board. Actually, I was so frothing on the board, I don't know if you can see, it's a pretty beautiful looking board. I didn't even take a photo or anything for social media or anything before I surfed it. I put wax on it, made it look a little bit uglier than it should, and got it in the water before getting any shots or anything. But yeah, it's 5'8", 32.5 litres, and like I said, a couple more litres on my shortboards, and that's been good, especially when I surfed in those small and average conditions, just getting into waves. And when I've surfed in some bigger stuff, like I'm definitely kind of out paddling people that are in shortboards and stuff like that, and because of that volume being held under the deck, it's all under your chest there, so there's a lot of paddle power on this board, and that also equates to kind of down line speed, and just makes surfing really, really easy. Yeah, so I'm going to try and check it out in a whole variety of conditions over the next month or two, and we'll have the full review coming up shortly. Yeah, frothing to check it out. You know, if you check out Asher Pacey, Josh Kerr, or album Surfboards, you'll see a lot of other clips of this board, and it seems to be a real favourite for a lot of people. Thanks so much for watching.